For 400 years, the people of Israel had not heard a single word from God. It was a time of silence, a time when hope seemed distant. But suddenly, God broke the silence. He sent an angel with a message that would change everything. This is the story of how God began to fulfill his greatest promise. There was a priest named Zechariah, a man who faithfully served God. He and his wife Elizabeth were righteous in God's eyes, but they carried the sorrow of never having children. They were both very old, and it seemed impossible for them to ever have a child. One day, while Zechariah was serving in the temple, something extraordinary happened. An angel of the Lord appeared to him. The angel said, "Zechariah, do not be afraid. Your prayer has been heard. Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John. He will be filled with the Holy Spirit and will prepare the way for the Messiah." Zechariah was stunned. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He asked, "How can I be sure of this? My wife and I are too old to have children." The angel replied, "I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to tell you this good news. But because you did not believe my words, you will be silent and unable to speak until the day this happens." Suddenly Zechariah found that he could no longer speak. The angel left, and Zechariah returned home in silence. But just as the angel had said, Elizabeth became pregnant. 6 months later, the angel Gabriel appeared again, this time to a young woman named Mary, who was engaged to Joseph. The angel said, "Mary, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. His kingdom will never end." Mary was amazed and asked, "How will this be, since I am a virgin?" The angel answered, "The Holy Spirit will come on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God." Mary believed the angel's words and accepted God's plan. She quickly went to visit Elizabeth. As soon as Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the baby inside Elizabeth leaped for joy. She was filled with the Holy Spirit. Together, the two women rejoiced in God's amazing plan. After 3 months, Mary returned home. When Elizabeth's baby was born, everyone expected them to name him after his father. But Elizabeth said, "No, he is to be called John." People were surprised, and they asked Zechariah what the child's name should be. Zechariah wrote on a tablet, "His name is John." Immediately his voice returned, and he began to speak, praising God. Zechariah said, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come to his people and redeemed them. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him." The silence was over. God had spoken, and the world would never be the same.